Hello students. So today we talk about water resources, lesson 3, class 10th, geography. First of all, we talk about some facts and figures. 3/4 of Earth's surface is covered with water, means out of 100% of water, only 90.57 of the total volume of world's water is saline. 2.5% water is fresh water, and 70% of fresh water occurs as ice sheets and glaciers, only 29% as groundwater. Some facts: India gets 4% of the global precipitation. Land area of India is 2.4% of the world, and India holds 17% of world's population. See, this is the distribution of water on Earth. We have only 2% fresh water, and see, this is 0.9% ice caves, glacier and groundwater, and this is all 97% saline water. This is how the water is distributed on Earth. If you could see here, that is most important of water in the ocean. The question arises, is water renewable resource? Hydrological cycle ensures that water is a renewable resource because water evaporates, condensed, and again come to the earth through precipitation. And this cycle goes and goes. That is why we can say that hydrological cycle ensures that water is a renewable resource. Now the question arises, if water is renewable, then why we talk about water scarcity? Why should we conserve water? Why water management is important? Reasons for water scarcity. First is unequal distribution of water. Second is growth of population, because for domestic use, production of food and other purposes, this population used to use water. Third is commercialization of agriculture, expansion of irrigated area and dry season agriculture, construction of tube wells by farmer. All this leads to fall of groundwater level. Now need to conserve and manage water resources. Now the question is how? Archaeological and historical record shows that water management been started since from ancient time. During the time, canals and dams were also constructed. Hydraulic structure in ancient India. In the 1st century BC at Sringaverpur, water harvesting system was existed using the flood water from Ganga. During the time of Chandragupta Maurya, dam lakes, etc. were built. Irrigation system was found in Kalinga, Nagarjunkonda, Benur and Kolhapur. In the 11th century, Bhopal Lake was built. In the 14th century, Alauddin Khilji constructed a tank in Hoj Khas, Delhi. Now, rainwater harvesting system in ancient India. Hills and mountainous region builds dam channels like Kuls and Guls in western Himalayas. Rajasthan used to build rooftop rainwater harvesting was commonly practiced for drinking water, but in Bengal, inundation channels were developed to irrigate the field. Inundation means carry over flooded water from river to fields. Arid and semi-arid regions, agricultural fields were converted into rain-fed storage structures. Example, Khadans in Jaisalmer and Johars in other parts of Rajasthan. Now let's talk why and how we use water or water resources. We can divide this into three parts: household chaos, personal use, and recreational activities. So all these things demand water. Causes for water stress, because domestic, agriculture, industry, power, soap, detergent, chemical, this used to pollute the groundwater, pesticide, fertilizers, chemical smokes, and smokes from the exhaust. This all used to pollute the drinking water, and these are some areas which used to overuse the water. If the following conditions are being continued: industrial waste disposed to water, excessive use of chemical fertilizers, uses of chemical pesticides, rapid urbanization, overpopulation, global warming, these are the causes of pollution and damage of drinking water. As we all know, India, a monsoon country, it receives 100 to 100 days monsoon, still facing water scarcity because growing population, expanded irrigation, intensive industrialization and urbanization, hydroelectric power generation, and all. India has 10,360 small and big rivers. And you all know the Mawsynram is the wettest place in the world. It receives 400 centimeter above rainfall. Water is sufficiently available, but the quality is not so good because we overuse chemical fertilizers and pesticides, which pollute our land as well as water. And the polluted by domestic and industrial waste also used to pollute our water. Why water resources is needed to be conserved? Because it ensure healthy life, to ensure good food security, for the continuation of our livelihood, to prevent degradation of our ecosystem. We need water resources to conserved. Now, rainwater harvesting. It is a technology used for collecting and storing rainwater from rooftops, the land surface or rock catchments using simple techniques such as jars, pots, as well as more complex techniques such as underground check dams like this, stored in tankas, and these are underground areas where people used to store water. Grand Anicut or Kallanai. It built on the Kaveri River, Tamil Nadu, by the Chola king Karaikala around the 2nd century AD. It is one of the oldest water regulator structure in the world, which is still in use. These are some more rainwater harvesting system in ancient time. Shringaverpur water harvesting system, a sophisticated water harvesting system built in the 1st century BC at Allahabad, UP. Second, this is Bhopal Lake in Madhya Pradesh. It is source of drinking water of the city Bhopal, built between 1005 to 1055 AD by the Malwa king. And this is Andhra Pradesh Nagarjun Konda. This is Hoj Khas at New Delhi. Hoj Khas, Hoj means water tank and Khas means for royal. So this tank is for royal people. Hoji Shamsi built by Iltutmish at Mehrauli in Delhi. Hoj Khas was built by Alauddin Khilji in the year 1296 to 1316 to supply water for the inhabitant of Sriford. Now this is Agrasen Ki Bauli, built in 5000 years ago. Now to conserve water we need dam. Now the question arises, what is dam? Dam, it is a barrier across flowing water that obstruct directs the flow, often creating a reservoir, lake or impoundment. Now classification of resources. It is classified on the basis of structure, material used, and the large and the major dams according to its height. How do dam help us in conserving and managing water? As we all know, dams were traditionally built to impound water, river water, and rainwater that could be used large to irrigate agricultural area. Now, what are different uses of the modern dam? It is used for irrigation, electricity generation, domestic and industrial uses, flood control, recreation, inland navigation, and for fish breeding. See, this is the biggest dam in India, Tehri on Bhagirathi River situated in Uttarakhand, and this is the highest dam in India, Bhakra Dam on Satluj River on Himachal Pradesh. Once Jawaharlal Nehru proclaimed the dam as the temples of modern India. The reason behind it integrates the development of the agriculture and the village economy with rapid industrialization and growth of the urban economy. This is the longest dam in India, the Hirakund Dam on river Mahanadi at Odisha. Now the question arises, why multi-purpose project and large dam have come under controversy? Because it regulating and damming of river affect their natural flow, causing poor sediment flow and excessive sedimentation at the bottom of the reservoir. It controls the migration of aquatic fauna. It makes submergence of the existing vegetation. The live example is Tehri Dam. Why multi-purpose project and large dam have come under great controversy? Because it lead large-scale displacement of local communities, it destroy inhabitat of million of flora and fauna, it leads the degradation of soil due to the continuous irrigation. Now the question arises, who are the beneficiaries of multi-purpose project? The landowners, large farmers, industrialists, and few urban centers. Some interstate water disputes. Kaveri River water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Disputes have been started since 1870 between princely states of Mysore and Madras Presidency. Krishna River water dispute between Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. Interstate water dispute is Yamuna River water dispute among UP, Haryana and Delhi. Godavari River water disputes among Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and Chhattisgarh. Some international water disputes also arises like Indus water dispute between India and Pakistan. Kosi River was disputed between India and Nepal. Brahmaputra water disputes between India and China. Now, what are the causes of degradation by dams? Dams fragment river, making difficult for aquatic fauna to migrate, especially for spawning. Degradation of forest and soil due to submergence during floods. Irrigation pattern have changed. Cropping pattern has changed from subsistence farming to intensive farming, which has resulted in ecological imbalance and salination of the soil. Dams have of the soil. It has also caused earthquakes. It also causes earthquakes, waterborne diseases, and pest pollution resulting from excessive use of water. Dams have created conflict among the people who want different uses of water available from the project. Here are some examples. First is Narmada Bachao Andolan, and second one is Tehri Dam Andolan. This is dams in India. Here are some animation regarding rainwater harvesting system. Now, water harvest methods. In hills and mountain region, people built gulls and kulls for diversion channels. In western Himalaya for agriculture. In floodplain Bengal, people built deundation channels to irrigate their fields. Rooftop rainwater harvesting was commonly practiced to store drinking water, particularly in Rajasthan. And in semi-arid and arid area, the stagnated water is collected in Khadans and Jaisalmer and the Johars in the other part of the Rajasthan. Now Pala or Pani. The rainwater which is stored in underground tank, is potable water. It is reliable source of drinking water. It is the main source of water when all the other sources have dried up. It is considered the purest form of drinking water. This is tanks and tankas of Rajasthan. It is the main source of drinking water there. Clean up. They used to clean up before the monsoon on and protect it from pollution. The other methods of rainwater harvesting or to save conserve water is bamboo drip irrigation system in Meghalaya, which was 200 years old system, and about 80 to 20 liters of water transported over 100 of meters through this method. One of the interesting fact that Tamil Nadu is the first state in India which has made rooftop rainwater harvesting structure compulsory to all the houses across the state. There are legal provision to punish the defaulters. Now some advantages. Increasing crop yield with less water. These are the advantages of dam. Make use of the natural and local material. Does not need fuel or power. Maintain sustainable irrigation system. Soil erosion is controlled. Save water by allowing water to drip slowly directly to the base of the plant. So these are some advantages of rainwater harvesting systems, and this is river interlinking projects in India. Water is precious, don't waste it. Save water, the word is in your hand. Thank you and have a nice day.